Okay. One second. Let me make sure everything is working good. Okay. Let me check my audio levels. Looks like we're doing okay. All right. So, and then let me make sure that all my filters are working okay. Okay. Looks like we're doing all right. Oh, hello, Walter. You here? He's been a glutton for attention the last few days. Maybe because the weather's finally cooling down a little bit. All right. So, the last stream, we finished up Tears of the Kingdom. Great game. But I am feeling a little bit out of stuff, out of whack. So today's just going to be a short stream. Definitely not a 14-hour stream or whatever. And I'm just going to be playing a game that I absolutely love. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's called Deadly Premonitions. And we're playing the Switch version, which happens to be a lot more stable, although that's not saying much. But it is the worst game ever made, and I really do love it. You just kind of have to experience it for yourself. But again, it's not for everybody. So and also there is graphic content in this game. Some partial nudity, but mostly just a lot of really screwed up murder imagery. So when we investigate and some horror elements. So like when we investigate crime scenes, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna try not to do spoilers. I have played and finished this game before, and I kind of wanted to play something that I'd played before and just kind of relax. So here we go. Just enjoy the experience. And yes, Nintendo actually did pick this up because they wanted to license the sequel. Actually, one second. I'm seeing the mic pick up a lot of stuff. So I'm going to, I think it's picking up my breathing. So I'm going to put the sock over the microphone again. One second, I'll be right back. And yes, it is a literal sock, at least until I get my personal microphone coming in. I am borrowing a family member's microphone. But I decided I'm going to keep streaming, so I'm going to get, I ordered an actual microphone. Still a USB mic, but it's like a step up from what I'm using right now. Are you guys ready for some sock ASMR? Okay. Um. Ghost game? Yeah, Dandy. Hey, Dandy. Ghost game. Okay. I think it's so yeah, sorry, my mic was picking up some weird stuff. I'm just making sure my suppression is working. All right, I think we're doing good. So we'll get into it. Yeah, so this is my favorite terrible game to play. And some graphic content warning. So if you're squeamish, look away from the crime scenes. And you may hear some microphone pops, and that's my cat. He has decided he wants to be part of the stream today. Oh, there he goes.
It's dangerous to run around here, boys.
Yes, they are indeed twins. So for some context, this the person that made this game is the same person that made D4, if you know what that is. A game that was a big deal. Microsoft's like, oh, we're doing this, and it's not, and then it got canceled. That sort of insanity is what we're in for. It's a game made by Swery. Yeah, there's the myth right there. The myth of the forest? Yeah. And yes, all of the voice acting is as awkward as this. What happened? That's what we're trying to find out. That is the whole premise of the game. If you look for clues, you can actually figure out who done it very early on in the game. And yes, the game is just that jittery. Cool. 1 second. She's an offering? Maybe. Oh, yeah, 1 second. I have some family members that just came in, so... Yeah, so to answer your question, Dandy, I know everything that's going on in the game, but I'm going to stay quiet because the game's more special if you And the story's more special if you kind of figure it out as you go. But spoilers, this character that's crying right here is my favorite character. All right. Welcome to Deadly Premonition Origins. So Origins has a little less content in it than the director's cut version on Steam. However, it is much more stable. I only had this game crash once on me, and the PC version crashes like every 3 seconds. Anyway, welcome to our main character, Mr. Francis York Morgan. Oh yeah, and if it's one second, it's looking like it might be a bit loud. Let me drop it down a little bit. Okay. And just so you know, yes, this game was released in 2004. It was initially supposed to be a PlayStation 2 game, and then got moved to the Xbox 360. And was in development hell for a long time.
Could you wait just a little longer? This won't take long.
So let me know if the audio levels are... Sorry. If the audio levels needs some working on. Because, yeah, there are a bunch of collectibles and stuff. Because the audio mixing is actually just as bad. And it's part of the game's charm. A white screen. Yes. Let's see, it's locked. So we are in the Red Room, and this is an important concept in the game. A strange clock is ticking away, though the room itself makes you feel as if time has stopped. A doll shaped like a fat man. It has a plate on it which reads, Washington State.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It will start soon. It's about time to get started.
Luckily, there are subtitles automatically in for everything.
Zach, can you hear me? It's me, York. If you can hear my voice, could you respond? Good. I thought you went to sleep. Zach, don't be surprised. The crime took place out in the country this time. Let's take it slow. Okay, Zach?
Sure, that's one way of looking at it, but it's totally wrong.
Oh yeah, here's the music.
Listen, they both need each other. It's called interdependency, and they both know it. Yeah, I know. He does terrible things.
He is, in fact, a detective.
Sadistic.
He's an FBI profiler.
As long as that's what Tom wants. Think of it. His actions. He's always asking for it. It's his partner's job to fulfill that need, and Jerry knows that.
And Zach is one of the most interesting video game protagonists that have ever been made.
They live with each other. Hello?
Oh, and he loves referencing movies from the 80s and 90s. Mostly because Swery likes movies from the 80s and 90s.
Bureau still can't get me a satellite phone.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
Well, I'll be a happy camper, even if it ends up being a waste of time. At the very least, it'll get me out of the cramped city for a while. Right, Zach? Perpetrator from the last case.
He looks snob.
Something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who'd have thought there'd be razors laced into your nails? Crazy. Just crazy. Well, at least I now have a scar to show off. See this? I got this when I arrested the Catwoman wannabe. Women.
Oh my gosh, I just realized.
Don't you agree, Zach?
Just realized his cigarette brand. Oh, and time-wise, I believe this takes place in the 80s? No, early 90s. Yes. Monkey sound effects for squirrels. Welcome to this game. I forgot they used monkey sound effects for the squirrels. Love this game. Late 80s, yeah. It's either late 80s or early 90s. I forget which, but it's the era of payphones. So. The second game is sort of both a prequel and a sequel to this game. It takes place before this, but it does help to play this game first. I mean, if he has a cell phone, it has to be early 90s.
Zach, there goes the civilized world.
Because in the 80s, late 80s, we were still using car phones. And then cell phones first started, like, I think year 89. Or 90. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a flashlight. I never use it. Okay, well, let's take a steel pipe. Our friend Pipette. Sorry. Toolbox where I keep my stuff. Okay, and we don't have anything in the toolbox yet because we just started the game. I don't know why they gave that to us. And then... okay, we use up and down on the D-pad. Okay, there we go. Steel pipe. And I'm remembering... I'm remembering the control scheme because it's kind of clunky. So fun story, the developers actually went out to a small town in either northeastern Oregon or south or in the mountain areas in Washington State. So the town actually looks very much like a...
Zach, I'll let you handle the meet and greet.
It looks very much like an actual Pacific Northwest town out in the mountains. Oh, there we go. Trying to remember how to run. Oh yeah, totally Silent Hill vibe. If you've ever read Twin Peaks, this has a very similar vibe to it. So much so that they got into legal trouble. And then they actually changed the protagonist partway through the development. So much for my hopes for a peaceful picnic. Do me a favor and stay sharp, Zach. Alright. But yeah, it was very much, it started development in the sort of PS2 era of horror games. And you see that a lot here. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I don't know where I am. Please give me directions. Ooh, can of pickles. Excellent. A control panel for the power grid. This should give us electricity we need. Not an expert opinion, though. Oh, gosh. The music mixing is so off in this game. Hello, miss? Miss, can I have a moment of your time? I like how Zach goes, sorry, York goes straight for the gun. You got Mysterious Shadow. Excellent. This is going to help. Equip weapon, draw with L. Draw weapon and aim with right stick. Draw weapon and lock on with ZR.
Nice shot. Bullseye.
There we go.
Yes. Bullseye. Amazing.
Got a stabilizer. See that? No.
Nice shot.
There we go. Reload. Okay. Oh, that's right. It uses like the right trigger to like auto aim, but it's I've never liked the auto aim in this. Power's back. Bless civilization and automated doors. Come on, let's get moving, Zach. Yeah, Zach, let's go. And we're gonna skip this. We don't have enough information to actually start profiling yet.
But that one takes the cake. It's the first time I've been attacked so directly. Jack, can you give me a logical explanation about what that was? Never mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
And you may notice, that some of this stuff is, the voices sound different at certain points. I do believe they used two different studios, like 2 years apart, to record all the lines for this. Okay, let's give headquarters an update. And this is how we save. Oh good, a lollipop. Just what we needed. Gasp! It looks like we're stuck here now. Miss, can I have a moment of your time?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I forgot that these explode. Whoops. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I played this game. Ah, here we go. We picked the right path the first time. Interesting.
Yes.
And yes, the movement is incredibly awkward in this game. Yes, enjoy it. Monkey Squirrel? Hello, DS. Yes, Monkey Squirrel. Although, if you're mentioning it, you might be very far behind in the stream. But yes, they used monkey sound effects for the squirrels when York... One second. When York, crashes, they're squirrels and they have monkey sound effects. Yes, I am. Yeah, so we're actually already playing the game. So just a heads up.
Nice shot. Great.
But anyway, yeah. DS1, welcome. Come on in. My name is Axer. I am a full-time engineer, and I am a part-time... One second. Part-time VTuber. And so, if you have any science questions or anything, feel free to ask. I may or may not answer them, but I'll let you know if I can or cannot. But yeah, we're playing Deadly Premonitions. I love this game, but it is absolutely horrible. This game is very janky, but that's all part of its charm.
Nice shot.
Okay, this is taking too long. Let's get our fun pipe. I missed the machine gun. Yes, there is a machine gun in this game. You can get one that has like infinite ammo. And it just mows through stuff.
Great. Nice shot.
This is the greatest, worst game of all time. Absolutely. It absolutely is. I love this game. So full disclosure, I have... Is there anything behind me? No, there shouldn't be. I have finished this game before, so I know the solution to the mystery. But I think we have some people in chat that haven't played or seen this yet, so let's keep spoilers to a minimum. Observe. It doesn't look like anyone lives here. No reclusive Harry Brooch to greet us. What a shame. Oh, there's our toolbox. Let's turn this on. But yeah, the greatest, worst game of all time is a pretty accurate way of describing this game. The generator looks really bad, Zach. I think the killer really had a grudge against it. Machine broken by an axe. We're not going to start profiling yet. Again, we need one more clue. Zach, let's try to find a way to fix this mess. Okay, so we got a fuse box. Oh, hello. Okay, so that's the door we can't get through. Observe. Locked with a padlock. I should be able to break this if I could hit it hard enough. Okay. There we go. Ugh, I'm trying to gyroscope aim after playing so much Legend of Zelda. Ew, no. Back away. Gross. You have cooties. Sir? Doesn't look like anybody lives here. Okay. Oh, hey, look. Another generator. Easy peasy. There is no fuse. Without a fuse, it won't work. Oh, hey, look. We happen to have a fuse. Fuse box. Looks like nothing is broken. Since it's the same model, I think I can fix it. Yeah. And fuses really are like that. You can just basically swap them out with any fuse. These are old-timey fuses, though. These are like the glass case fuses. You still see these somewhere, usually in like really old cars. The power in the area should be much more stable now. Let's hurry ahead, Zach. Let us leave.
Amazing.
I love the voice acting in this game. It's so jank.
Amazing.
That barrel. Yeah! Oh! Mister. Ooh, we got some band-aids.
Yes.
Got some 10mm auto bullets. These are what the machine gun uses.
Great.
And I'm not worried about 100%ing this game at this point. I'm just going through and having fun since I've played this before. Oh no! Do a roll! Yes, welcome. This is our main bad guy. There's red ivy climbing this door. If we don't go through it soon, the red ivy will lock it up. Let's open it. Are you playing the original? Technically, yes. Ish. So this is the Origins version, the one on the Switch. I'm playing it because this is the one I have, and also because it is the most stable version. Also, I don't have an Xbox 360, so... in my opinion, this is the best way to play the game. Alright, let's start profiling. We now have all the clues. But yeah, I feel like for people trying to get into this game, the Switch version is the best one. Just because the PC version has so many stability issues. It crashes every 3 seconds, and that's not an exaggeration.
Do you feel it, Zach? Coffee warned me that.
Yeah. So Nintendo actually published this version.
I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
Alright. And we made it to the main road. We are no longer in Creepo Land. So yeah, so Nintendo, they licensed this version. And the reason why is because they wanted to publish the second, the sequel to this game, Deadly Premonitions 2. Which is also out on the Switch, and has some serious performance issues, but is also a great game. If you liked this game, you will enjoy Deadly Premonitions 2. Also, welcome to Greenvale, a generic city out in the Cascade Mountains of Washington State. That doesn't actually exist, but looks like every other Washington State city up in the Cascades. It reminds me a lot of a place called Clay Ellum. You, a rat. Oh no, it's a squirrel. Can I hit the squirrel? Oh, maybe if I wasn't beans at aiming. No. It looks like Twin Peaks. Yeah. So if you've ever read or seen Twin Peaks, this is a very, very similar story. So much so that in development, the Twin Peaks publisher sued Swery and the developers over this. And that's how part of why we got Francis York Morgan how he is now. Which I think it was a good thing, because York is like my favorite part of this game.
Now you were very late.
Say hello to Emily.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all.
Yeah, I watched it after playing, and York is top 5 video game characters in my opinion. He's definitely an interesting character to play as.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho.
And yes,
Dad, do we-
she can hear everything he's saying. That is canonical, yes.
I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
Oh, I just realized.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Oh, DS1 Enjoyer, thank you for the follow.
Could you tell me why
Welcome,
the
welcome.
FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order. You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Oh, and by the way, if the volume's too low or loud, I can change it at any time. Just let me know.
By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right, don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it. Do you need anything else?
Takes a big drag, breathes in his face.
Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no
I swear he blows smoke in his face the whole game. Yeah.
We've just met the king.
His brand of cigarettes is called Police. Oh my gosh, I just realized that Emily parks on the curb. If you've seen Emily's driving in this game, like while walking around this town, that makes perfect sense. Because I've seen the AI do some wild stuff in this game. Oh my gosh, I just turned the volume up, and now I'm getting my ears blasted with sound effects. 1 second. You want to save? Yeah, sure. Oh gosh, and now it's super quiet again.
Go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome to Greenwood. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach?
I definitely did not play with headphones when I played this the first time. What kind of stuff do you work on, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. So I work, I've worked up to this point primarily on rockets, but I got a new gig. I'm new to aerospace engineering, so I'm working on planes now, and I start that job on Friday. So my new job is like quality and how do they describe it? Like production engineering, which is not my line of research, but they said that they would pay for the rest of my grad school, so I'm like, yeah, sure, go on ahead. Engineers really shouldn't be paying for their own grad school, honestly. There are enough people out there that will pay for it, and then you get basically a guaranteed gig for 2 to 4 years. But yeah, I have more knowledge on rockets. So do you trust flying on after working on planes and stuff? Yeah, as long as you're going fast, pretty much anything will fly. Also, the amount of regulations that we have to do. With rockets, we don't have as much, but with planes, regulations are incredibly strict. Although, accidents still happen.
Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
Oh yes, welcome to the cover mouth mechanic. Scary. Yeah, Dandy, it is. Yeah, they show up in the red room too. But yeah, the worst part, there's this place when you're flying where you're too high to really deploy a parachute. Sorry, too low to deploy a parachute, but you're not, but you're high up enough to have enough kinetic energy to do some real damage. If you're in a small airplane or like paragliding, that's like a scary place for me, but in the larger planes, you have enough stuff to crumple and basically save your life. So there are very few plane fatalities. But a lot of that is because of, there are a lot of design laws that you have to adhere to. And most people use the US's standard because a lot of the companies fly to the United States and they have to be registered in the United States to fly there. So when you say it's as easy as rocket science, you mean it. Yeah. No, I don't think any other engineer gets to call themselves a scientist, but yeah, I guess technically I am a rocket scientist. That doesn't mean I know everything. It just means I know the basics. If you want like real in-depth questions, you gotta ask the people that have been in the industry for like decades. There's this one teacher I had, and he was born right before, like at the beginning when jet engines were first being like created, and that's actually his field of specialty. So he's ancient now, but like he's in his 90s, but he basically helped form modern jet engines. He's really cool. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, that's why I do it.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels.
But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where.
Oh, by the way, by the end of the first case, you technically have seen all the information that you need to solve the entire game's case, which is really cool. But I didn't know until like the very end of the game, and going back, like, I'm seeing all of the clues. There are even more clues.
I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
Yeah, Zach. Don't you know? It's a smack to the face. I'm not sure if I caught that. What's a smack to the face? Oh, this is the best music in the game.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
I'd whistle along to it, but my noise suppression cancels out whistling.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
How many clues there are in the early game to figure the case out? Oh, that's the smack in the face? Oh yeah, totally. I'm sure if you've beaten the game, you've noticed that, like, I was actually looking at the clues to see if they were still there in the beginning of the game.
Chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The sun's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if
Can't believe they left that. It's all there.
Or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension. But I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you.
And I still love my departed husband. May God
Oh my
rest his
gosh.
soul.
The horrible music mixing is even worse with headphones on.
Polly, I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to...
They had to do it on purpose.
I
Oh yeah,
have
totally.
a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in this
I had it
room.
figured out on my own, I think about 2/3 of the way through the game.
If you need anything at all, just
The killer was just really
I'll help you
suspicious, and he's always there.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
Yeah, good idea. Continue the cutscene.
What can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now. This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
So this is actually quite a common story for old logging and mining towns in the Pacific Northwest.
Center is quite famous too.
Clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing
I used to live in a town somewhat like Greenvale. Tell me about the shops here.
Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them.
Yeah, you get like one general store. Everybody uses it. All the groceries come from there.
My kitchen is closed.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
To a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
I've talked to some old gunsmiths before. They're
Well,
interesting people.
I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand.
His face.
I'll be right back with it.
What shall we see in our coffee today, Zach? Look with interest. So many random prompts in this game.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Now then,
That smile.
let's get going.
Never change, Zach. I'm sorry, York. Zach, York, Zach, Zork. Yak. Oh yeah, and so there is also like a hunger and fatigue system in the game. For some reason. A lot of like really weird little things in this game. Zork Morgan, yeah. It's Mansis Zork Forgan. Yes, that counted as part of a level. And yes, of course, there is fishing in this game as well. My gosh, that turkey sandwich sounds so disgusting. And yes, it is supposed to be blue.
A police car.
Our office is open from 9 to 1700.
So we had
Or 5 o'clock for
to
people
thank
that do
you
12-hour time.
for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin.
Oh my gosh, let me see if I can remember how to drive in this game.
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values. Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Okay, oh gosh. Headlights, change view, talk, change view is X, navigation Y. A is talk, headlights is click and stick, maybe? Accelerate, side brake, boost. Wipers and signals, yeah, sure, okay. It's a lot to take on. I got the master key. Now I can drive all of the police cars. I'm gonna drive like this, just cause with like driving games, I deal better with the first person perspective, unless we're doing something like a trucking game.
So, Zach, about those bonus.
But if this makes you feel sick, let me know.
You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then.
Oh my gosh, it's so sensitive.
Bad ones after reading those back cover taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Oh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. My parents actually knew one of the guys that was in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It was like a really old college drama professor.
It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in 95. The 87-minute long theatrical release bumped up.
95. Oh, this must be the 2000s then.
But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together. I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Whoops. This is not where we want to go. So I drive like this mostly because it helps me, especially when reversing. Because I get mixed up when doing third person car reversing, because a lot of times it swaps the it swaps what I would think I would be doing with the steering wheel. Ah, here we go.
That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
If we don't enter a cutscene, I'm gonna see if there's an option to turn up voice. Compared to the voice on the master volume. Hello, Thomas.
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you. I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. Well, I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready.
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Okay, I'm going to go grab something more to eat really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I forgot about this part of the game. I forgot where the key is supposed to be. Because you have to find the key, but the issue is that there are a bunch of keys. Automatically sliding storage, quite modern for a small town archives room. Yeah. Boop. It's not on this one. I forget if it's actually in this room. Oh, nothing. Oh my gosh, isn't that Swery on the most wanted poster? I think this is the key. I forgot though. There are a bunch of keys with different squirrel keychains on it, and you have to find the right one. Oh, hello, Emily. She's quite pretty. She looked better wearing something more fashionable than this adult uniform. Agree, Zach?
Hi.
Hello there, Emily. Can you perhaps show me the office, around the office before the meeting starts? I'm sorry, Agent York. I've got my hands full. Could you ask Thomas? I don't think that's a good idea. Why? What's going on? He lost the key to the cabinet with the files, and asked me to take a look around the office until he finds it. Well, I hope he doesn't take too long. This is the material room? Yeah, so that's where he is. There's the kitchen. Oh no, I actually did want to go to the material room because I want to see if this is the right key. Agent York, do you find the key?
You found the key.
I think so. Is this it?
Oh.
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right key holder.
Oh darn.
This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail. But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You sure do know a lot about squirrels.
Oh yeah, so welcome to the game. A lot of really weird details. A gray squirrel. Used for working out the muscles. It says Arnold on it. I wondered if that's the name of the owner. Yoink, that's ours?
Zach, there's a name written on this dumbbell. Arnold. I haven't met anyone by that name yet. Could it be the owner of this dumbbell? What do you think, Zach?
We'll just flip that in our pocket. I mean, this one, the tail's standing up, so maybe it's this one.
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key. Nothing particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Well, excuse me. It's okay, Thomas. For you, I'll find your southern flying squirrel. Don't mind me, just breaking everything. A key holder with a striped squirrel attached to it. I don't think it's this one, because he didn't mention stripes. But we'll take it. Oh yes, peak gameplay. This person probably has nothing to do with the investigation. Yeah. Something tells me it's this key. A curvy-tailed flying squirrel key. Well, that isn't suspicious at all. Why is there a door in one of the cells? Actually, let's just ask Thomas if it's the curvy flying squirrel. Sorry, curvy-tailed flying squirrel.
You found the key.
That's the right one?
I think this is the right one.
Yes, a southern flying squirrel. Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
Well, Zach, we just got here, and we've cracked a big case already.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But
I call BS on Anna being 18. She looks like she's 23.
She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died
Late
in an accident
20s.
in a lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him.
I'm so
Some
sorry,
should have
Thomas.
Huh. This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh, my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
Quiet, George. We have more important things to think about, like this biscuit. Okay, I am starting to fade a little bit. So I'll probably stick around for another hour and then throw in the towel for today.
The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Nonsense.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
Oh no, 2100. Okay. Let us go. Let's see if I remember how to get to the hospital.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack.
Oh my gosh, York's facial expression.
Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
Oh, too bad the mirror doesn't work. I remember when we used to have working mirrors in video games. It's been 84 years.
Agent Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
I would say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women. You might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass.
Yeah, sure, George.
You can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
George, is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it in a week.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
So, Emily, tell me, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff in a small town like this?
Oh, goodness.
It's small to your city eyes, but any gathering of people leads to all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes. Our job is to guide the people along the correct path. First and foremost, that's what I consider to be my duty as the sheriff of Greenvale.
There he is, the monarch, in all his glory. Kind of makes me
say something?
No, nothing, George. I was just reflecting on a little.
Oh, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
Okay, which right now is driving.
That's the lights. Shoot, what's the... Let me check the map really quick. Oh no, I don't want to go title screen, I want map. There we go. I know the hospital's like out in the woods. Let's just try to get out of town. Oh yeah, you can sprint in the car by turning the siren on. Forgot about that. Whoops. Our first collision of the game. Second, let's get the windshield wipers on. Let's see. We're here. We want to get over here. Ah, shoot. That would have been the way to go. Okay. Let's turn around and then take that right. Let's just take an illegal U-turn here, get up on the curb a little bit, let people know who's boss, you know. Yeah, I don't remember how to get around the town at all. How slidey this car is. All right, to the hospital we go. So they actually do get mad at you if you get out of the car and wander too far.
It's a pretty big hospital. Guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning.
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it moves. So now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
Pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. That's why this case is our problem.
Sheriff.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
Computer room? In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. How did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne. Besides, that scar on your face is the
Gross.
biggest rumor in town.
Rumors get exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime. The murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
The freckles on her nose make her look like a schoolgirl. I wonder how good she is as a nurse. Dr. Johnson should be in the computer room. If I recall, let's save. Never know when this game's going to crash. Even if this is the Switch version. Well, this isn't intimidating at all. Quite a serious character, though he likes to show off and is too eager to compete. Which may be what it takes. Yoink.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Alright, let's see how good I am at this. King passes rook and meets bishop. So, king passes rook and meets bishop. So it could be either on there or on and meets the bishop. Knight takes a pawn to the queen. Or that's just the order that you're supposed to do it in. King passes rook, meets bishop, knight takes a pawn to the queen. Okay, yeah, that was it. It was just the order. There wasn't any chess actually involved.
Awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
Because that's where he is.
I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it.
To the morgue.
Simple. Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
Yay. All right, Emily. All right, George. Let's go do this. Let's go meet Usha. I forgot where the stairs are. Do not enter. This door leads to the wards. We have little reason to go there, and it's unlikely they have that many patients. True, true. Woo! Who's this guy? They aren't suspects. Let's go, Zach. Oh, okay. What is... Oh, it's a windsock. Check the weather. Rain in the morning and afternoon. We should be careful if we go outside. Well, welcome to the Pacific Northwest. Always raining here. At least they got that right. Yoink. Staircase? Nope. Ah, here we go. Here's the staircase. Door says do not enter. It's just painted on. A shame. I should be able to unlock that door with a key card I got earlier. Okay. Swipe of that. And now we can get into the morgue. It's as simple as that. We'll hit this up and we'll save really quick. Again, you never know when the game's gonna crash. And away we go.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those...
Oh my gosh, these sound effects.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
Dun dun dun.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand. Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Which means
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Nice.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. He watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. A case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
what more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
His age isn't immediately apparent, though he can't be that old. He looks like a trustworthy doctor. Okay. Luke. We shouldn't stare at her for too long. Feet. Anna's body is lying on the table. Hand. She's neatly wearing fake fingernails. Other hand. Judging from the impression, she was holding something in her hand, but it was removed around 6 hours after death. The object was circular with a relief shaped like a peace mark. Beautiful blonde hair, stunning, even in a death. Traces of evaporated liquid around the eyes. She must have cried before she was murdered. The tongue has been removed. Look at the edge of the stump.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Asha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
And
How about you?
that was not the question.
Very passionate, yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator, is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something. There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
Lovely. I like how he doesn't even wait to get out of the hospital to start smoking. Gasp. It's happening again, Zach.
Zach, they're here.
Okay, let's save really quick. Probably run through this stage and then I'll call it for tonight. May or may not continue this tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I do have a bunch of games that I kind of want to get through. Premarital exam guide. Pre-examination service. Registering and filing in forms. Therapeutic. Blood and urine collection. X-ray room. Chest X-ray. Polyclinics room. Exam of internal medicine for men and women. Premarital exam. Room 4. Surgical exam for men. Premarital exam. Room 3. Gynecological exam for women. Premarital education. Room 1. That's weird. Aluminum. Stick on vinyl. Oh. Alright. Let's get through this door. I have 2 steel pipes. There goes Anna. It's covered with a white cloth. That's not creepy at all. Open. Nothing there. Maybe there's something here? Shells for storing bodies. I wouldn't open these unless we really need to. Yoink. Oh, hey, look at that. Bullets. They were presumed dead on arrival. I mean, if you looked at that, you told me that was an 18-year-old, I would look back at you and say, in what world? Probably playing this a whole lot more aggressively than I did the first time. Oh, hey, look. Extra points. Agent Honor. Oh, goodbye, steel pipe. We'll just grab another one. Man. Let's go to the man room. Hello? Ah, someone left their drugs on here. I'll have some of that. Hello? Oh, completely unrealistic. Ceiling to floor covering up for a bathroom in America? Never. My immersion is ruined. Yoink. Yoink. That's some more bullets. Boink. Alright. We're back to handguns.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Bullseye.
Well, I guess we're going this way. Who saw me? Oh, you saw me. You can't keep those anymore.
Nice shot. Bullseye.
Now we gotta clean out our inventory.
Bullseye.
Yeah. A lot of laughing over here. Laughing slash crying. Oh, it looks like we need a card. Okay. Oh, there we go. Operating room. I think this is where the sounds are coming from. You're operating on someone? Well, that's not creepy at all. But hold on, there's some coffee over here. Observe. It's covered with a white cloth. What should we do, Zach? Well, obviously look underneath it. It's like if there's a button, we push it. What else? I wonder if it's the key card under here. There we go. This one's all red. I could stick around, but see you guys. I can't be bothered. I feel like I'm playing this game all wrong. There we go. We got a save point. We can probably drop off all our bullets here. Okay, put that item away. Got donuts. Band-aids, coffee, smokes, heavy smokes. Alright, no, we're good. We could change stuff out. Oh look, more drugs. Remembered, only take your prescribed amount of drugs. Got a mission knife. Oh, do the knives... do they break? A lollipop. Got a first aid kit. Oh, looks like they're throwing us into a boss fight. Boom. Let's get him right in the junk. There we go. Anybody over here?
Amazing.
I got some more bullets. Oh, hello, Walter. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Well, there is a blood trail here, so let's follow it.
Here! Over here!
Great. Yes. Amazing.
Okay, so there's another key card here. Get some more bullets. For a gun that we don't have. Yet. Oh, the MRI room. Magnetic resonance imaging. They ask you to take metal out of your pocket because the magnetic fields are so strong that it can like rip through stuff and hurt you and the machine. Where's first aid kit? Let us reload. It seems to control the MRI device with this computer. Should we fiddle with its act? Yeah. Let's put some metal in it first. That'll be really flashy. And there you go. Another key card. Perfect. Oh, and we can save here. There you go. Key to the entrance. Oh, so I guess that means we can get out of here now. I don't think there are any, like, missable collectibles in these segments. I do know that you can go back to some of them, so we'll just keep going. I think this is the foyer. Yeah. I guess we're not going out through the front entrance. Or back. Found us, did you? So these guys you actually have to look out for because they'll shoot you. So we'll get behind cover.
Amazing. Amazing. Yes. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Oh, another first aid kit. Probably won't use these till like the end of the game. It's as simple as that.
If you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
I like to take my time.
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. He's a weird one, as I'm sure you can see. Always dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that that makes any difference. So long as I'm around, he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Mr. Francis York Morgan. Haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Nice to meet you too. How did you know my name?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
That's how he always is. Always spouting that nonsense. Don't give it any thought. It's all gibberish.
Emily here. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
All right, there we go.
The body was found in the Greenvale Forest Park. That's west from here, and too far to walk.
A forest park?
It's the pride of the town. It has a beautiful trail leading to a viewing site over Velvet Falls.
That does sound fantastic. Show me the sights.
That may have to wait. We promised to be there by 1800 to interview the first witnesses to the crime scene.
Okay, well, I am going to call it here. Like I said, it's going to be a short stream today. I was screwing up my sleep schedule. I got to get back together. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming over and hanging out. A big welcome to DS1 Enjoyer. Welcome, welcome. And then, yeah, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I do this for fun because I like chatting with you guys. And so, yeah, so that's the first part of Deadly Premonition. Once again, the worst game ever made, and I love it. So, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might stream some more of this. If I'm out of my funk, I might move on to a different game, either the Xenoblade DLC, or there's a game I've been playing called Atelier Ryza 3 that I kind of want to get through, and doing it on stream kind of helps me to, like, get through stuff responsibly and not just, like, leave it hanging. So I do kind of enjoy that. So, all right. Anyway, I'll let you guys go, and we'll see you later. Bye.